We are back on the trail. We did 13, 14 miles this morning by about 10:30. That's pretty good. We're going to do close to 30 today. This is one of the lakes up here in the mountains that not a lot of people get to, so popular place for hikers to get down and go for a swim, cool off in the heat here.
So many nice people and friend people and angels, and people are so kind and so generous and so loving.
Yeah. You know, Bruce here was saying that he runs into almost every day somebody being an ass. And all the people I ran into in the trail have been very nice.
Well, when everybody you run into is an ass, you're the common denominator, right?
Yeah, it kind of goes around.
Everybody I ran into was really, really nice.
That's
generous, kind. And I've enjoyed being generous as well. I've given all sorts of things and foods and supply and medication.
Yeah.
People have been kind to me in return, and different ones, right? So you pay it forward. You get generosity from someone, you give it to someone else, and it's not an exchange, it's just a flow.
Well, you know, when I was in the desert, a lot of people come up and say, "You got enough water?" Oh yeah. I got extra.
I really did.
Well, when I was on the AT, there was a guy that I hiked with for just a few days. He was ex-military, Green Beret, and we were climbing Klingman's Dome, and he got up to the top and was hitchhiking into town and got a ride, told him his story about his Iraq war and all that. So the driver, the old guy, gave him $50. He said, I don't. And then the wife said, take his money and make him feel happy. So he took the $50 bill. He goes in to check into a hotel. A young couple in front of him, the credit card wouldn't go through. And it was a cheap hotel, and the bill was $45. He takes the $50 bill. There you go.
Okay guys, good morning. Let's talk about the situation today. It is Friday, July 20th, and we're making real good time this morning. Already knocked out about 4 miles and have a little bit more to go to get to the border, a little over 8 miles. Now, the problem with that is, just across the border, they got a imminent fire closure. So the question is whether we can get through there or not before the closure. If they do close it, there is a road that follows, it's about the same distance as the trail and crosses the trail again in 4 miles, so that's another option. But they could close the whole thing and make us get off the mountain. We certainly want to get to the California border for obvious reasons. Once we get done with all that, we still got to get down to Ashland. Me and my hiking partner here, Andre, Sensai, Mountie, whatever you want to call them, Tripod. We're looking at trying to push on through. You ready for this? An entire 41 miles or so, all the way down to Ashland to get done with this closure. I don't know if we can make it or not, but we're keeping our options open and getting ready to go. We're up here at the spot of the fire closure part of it. You can see we have a couple of National Forest fire trucks up here, incident command people up here. So they're clearly concerned about this thing and are working it. So we're at the far end of the closure now. We're going to try to get on the trail and get out of here pretty quick and get out of their way and let them work. Sorry, Bruce, I videotape people here for my vlog too.
Oh, no worries.
Bruce gave us a lift around on the road, help us avoid the fire. So all you people that care if we got burned up or not, you got Bruce to thank for us to be here safe. Time for an afternoon break today. If we could just find a decent place to relax and maybe soak our feet or get a shower or something to cool down. I just look around and see if we could find something, you know. I don't know. Might be a place around here somewhere. I actually went downstream and sat right next to where those young kids are sitting there now and my hiking partner. But isn't that beautiful? Nice cool water, freshen you up, get your feet back into condition to be ready to hike some more. Okay, along the trail there are a series of historic and not so historic buildings, the latter of which describes this one, which are set up as shelters, primarily used in the winter. They're set up by the National Forest Service. Hey, sorry, while I fall. Or the Sierra Club or others. And it's a cabin here. You can camp here if you wanna. Inside there's a wood burning stove. It's got a dirt floor, but it's got some tables and stuff. And it makes a decent place for a little relaxation. We're gonna have lunch here. So everybody grab a napkin, fork, get ready, cause dinner's coming. Okay, Rabbit Nation. Here's my hiking partner, Sensei, pumping water into his bag for filtering and rehydration. He's a natural. Looks like he's done this before, and I believe he actually just did do it before.
If there's water to be found, a PCT thru-hiker will find it. There you go. Look at this, nice and cold. And now ready for filtering.
The art of the hitchhike is exercised by Andre.
We'll see how it goes. Next car is a good one. All it takes is one.
Yeah, that's all it takes. But the problem with that right now is there isn't
None.
one.
The next one is the good one.
Here comes the next one.
All right.
This is you, man.
Come on, my friend.
You've got it. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. You didn't do it.
Doing 100 miles an hour.
Well, that's because he was accelerating after he saw you.
Man, I've been here 3 minutes.
All right, this could be the one. Got headlights on.
All right. Thinking about it.
No. All right, maybe they're intimidated by the camera, so I'll turn that off. Look at this little fella here. He's kind of lost. Can't find Mama.
I have it, the .4 ahead. Oh.
Just can't seem to find his mama. Lost out there in the middle of the road.
It looks like he's injured.
Is he?
Yeah, he can't move his back paws. Oh no.
He looks okay. Little chipmunk baby. Well, he's moving. Good morning there. It's about 9:45. We've been up and moving since 5 this morning. We booked a kind of prearranged a guy to drive us from Fish Lake Resort back up to the trail this morning for a nominal fee, of course, but it's good to get up there early. Last couple of nights we stayed in cabins, which are pretty basic. They're maybe in more ways more basic than a hostel. You get like a bunk bed or a small bed in there, and you don't get any linens, you don't get a bathroom or a shower in there, but there's some available normally nearby. And that's worked out good for us. Best thing, Fish Lake had a cafe. We got a really solid meal last night, really loaded up. Had a chance to rest up. Neither one of us were feeling very good yesterday. So we got a good night's sleep and kind of caught up on it. So we've had a good morning this morning. It's 9 o'clock, not quite. We've done, 12 miles near. So it's a big part of our day already out of the way. We're gonna head down and get in 27, 28 miles today, and then leave ourselves an easy peasy Nero of only 20 miles into Crater Lake. 20 miles is a Nero for us now because we hardly ever do less than 20. So anything less than 20 is for sissies. But tomorrow I'm going to be a sissy. All that adds up to some big miles, and that means you guys are going to have to hang on pretty tight because we're going to take it easy tomorrow, but after that we're going to be rocking and rolling down this trail, trying to keep ahead of them young guys. Today we got a dead mosquito, so I'll bow your heads and we'll say a little prayer for them. One of the new things we've got right now are mosquitoes. They haven't been a problem so far in Oregon, but it looks like these are Central Oregon mosquitoes. Maybe they came across the border from Nevada, or they finally caught up with us from California. You know, when we came out of California, we were going pretty fast, so we might have got ahead of them for a little while and they just caught up. But we're giving them a little main course of DEET today, and that's keeping them at bay, which is important. Just a little bit of a different view. You can see a lot of these trees have been wiped out by moss. Vast majority have been wiped out by fire, and not a real pretty sight. We're about 25 miles or so from Crater Lake, about 4 or 5 miles from where we intend to camp tonight, but just showing you a little different landscape. We've had a lot of fire closures around here over the last few years, and it's easy to see why. Good morning, everybody. Another day on the trail. This time about 12 miles south of Crater Lake, headed toward Crater Lake, and just going through a big burn area. We got on the trail this morning at 5:30, making very good time. Expect to be in Crater Lake sometime around, we'll say 2 p.m. And then we're going to have a big buffet lunch and spend the night there before starting on. So you guys can probably go back to your iPods or your video games or whatever, because it ain't going to be too interesting. We just burn zone.